why get out of debt? That's a good question. Again, a lot of people just think that's the lifestyle. Maybe their parents always had debt, their friends have debt, they have debt. What is the big deal? Well, that's like me asking, what's the big deal of having a bad credit score? Who cares? We know because it's costing us $1,000 a month on more expensive for our insurance and everything else than our buddy over here that has good credit. So that's why it matters, because we want to keep as much money as we can in our own pockets and not spend it all to other people, right? And so we're paying more for insurance if we have bad credit. And if we're in debt, then all of our money is going to our lenders. We don't want to make them rich. We want to keep that money in our pocket and give ourselves a raise. So let me give you a couple of examples here that I think are potent, that most of us have and use. So here is a credit card. This person has $5,000 and are paying $200 a month, which is the minimum payment. And it's going to cost them, this is at 18.9% interest. Some people have 29% interest and others have lower, but 18.9 is fairly common, up to 24. $5,000 is going to take them 11 and a half years to pay this off, and they're going to pay $3,100 in interest. So for $5,000 use, they have to pay $8,100 back. That means every dollar they spent cost actually $1.62. So if they go and buy lunch for $10, it actually costs them $16.20. If they buy something for $100, nope, it was actually $162. That's what it is when you use a credit card and keep a balance and don't pay it off and pay the minimum payment. You're paying $1.62 or more for every dollar you use. Well, that doesn't sound like a good deal. So that's one reason why we should get out of debt, right? Another thing is our mortgage. Everybody has a mortgage. Who cares? Whatever. No, it's costing us lots of money, and you could have a lot more money in your pocket every month if you paid your mortgage off early. So this is a comparison between a 15-year mortgage versus a 30-year mortgage. So if you look down here at the bottom, you can see a 15-year mortgage. Both of these are $200,000. The interest rate is better for a 15-year mortgage, 4% versus 4.5. The monthly payment's a little higher, right? About $350 a month. But look at this next thing. The total interest that they pay is only $66,000 compared to $160,000 for almost $65,000. So that's $99,000 more that they're paying in interest, giving to somebody else just by having a 30-year mortgage instead of a 15-year. So this shows another example of 30, 20, or 15 years. You pay $133,000, this left blue column, in interest for a 30-year mortgage. 20-year, you only pay $81,000, and then 15-year, you pay about $53,000. And so it's beneficial to kind of force you to pay less in interest to get a 20 or 15-year loan. If you don't have that and you have a 30-year loan and you're paying down and you want to pay less, then what you can also do is just pay more every month and make it automatic. So just sign it up, and instead of you make automatic payments, instead of your, say, $1,200 a month, you're going to pay now $1,400 or $1,500 a month. Automatically, it just goes and pays that, so you don't have to make that decision every time, and that's going to pay it off earlier as well. And so if on average, if you can pay an extra payment a year, then that cuts off, say, 7 years off your mortgage and tens of thousands of dollars in interest back in your pocket. Just to show you how crazy interest is and how much money is going out to the lender. And again, I'm a loan officer for a mortgage broker. So I help people get into homes and finance and refinance homes. And I share this with them so that they can pay it off as quickly as they can, because a lot of this money is going to the lender. So you can see this $200,000 payment. This is the 30-year loan at 4.5% interest rate that we just looked at. The payment is $1,013. The principal, though, the amount that's going towards paying their debt down is only $263,000, and the rest of that $1,000, which is $750, is going to interest. It just goes to the lender. Thank you. I'm loaning you some money, and each month you're going to pay me back little bit of the principal, but you're going to pay me back in interest. And they got $750 the first month. And you can see it only decreases by 99 cents or $1 each month. And so that's not very good, right? In fact, if you look at the numbers there, out of the $1,000, you have about 250 principal, and then interest is 750. That's 285% interest. You're paying 3 times as much in interest as you're paying in the principal. That's not a happy thought. So my encouragement again is to use a 15-year mortgage or and pay your credit cards off in full or faster, because this is what it is, right? You feel the weight of your debt. All that extra money is going to interest and making somebody else rich, where if you didn't have that, just think of what you could do, how much you could have with no debt. All that extra interest that you are paying to other people is now back in your pocket, giving you the raise that you deserve.